Oh man, looks like the stream is okay right now. Not trying to jinx it. All right, knock on wood, we're gonna be okay. All right, hopefully we're gonna be okay. This dude Pop tricked this man. Man, dude, that was BS. It's okay. I'll be real with you. I'm more irritated by the last game. What's it, the last game? Not calling a timeout at the end. It's like, I understand that it's just a preseason, man, but like let them try to get the W. Pop been getting on my nerves recently. I know what people are saying, like, oh, it's all about like how long you've been with the team. But yeah, no, Castle should have started. I know some people thought that I was joking when I put that on Twitter. I wasn't joking. Castle should have started. Like, real talk. I don't understand why he wouldn't. Castle not starting is blasphemy. What did you just say? The same thing. Branham starting was his last gasp to me. That's the best that we can get out of Branham, guys. I don't think you get much better than that, honestly. He didn't do terrible. Like, Branham did fine. We'll have to look at the stats. I haven't looked at the stats at all. What the heck was that? All right, so we're gonna have a couple segments here, sponsored by BetUS, of course. I don't know what I want to start with. So there's a few things I want to go over, okay? We got the Steph Castle post game. We got Coach Pop's post game. We got Zach Collins post game, and we also have a crazy Shaq take. And we need to go over this game. What should we start with? What the heck is that? What should we start with? Jay called Castle a bust. Oh. Was he joking? Are you trolling? You gotta be trolling. There's nothing you would have seen in these games that would indicate he's a bust. He's like the complete opposite. Probably the best player, not probably. I think he's the best player from this last draft. If you think about it, our locks are Wemby, Vassell, Castle, and Sohan. Yeah, Castle's the real deal. Of course, Castle's the real deal. Is Clan lagging again? I don't think so. I'm okay, right? It's been going consistent. I think we're good. I think I figured out what one of the issues were, maybe. Okay. I was using an Ethernet cord for my PlayStation, and I wonder if it was taking like all of the bandwidth or whatever. I don't know the lingo. Oh nah. Is that it? You good, Clan? Is that it? You think that was messing it up? Ethernet? Yeah, my PlayStation was like going 400 megabytes per second. It was crazy. Also, I think the more people we get in here, the more messed up the stream gets. Yeah. But my computer right now is only getting 100 megabytes per second, 100 and something megabytes per second. But upload speed is what's important, and it was hitting 10, and that's where it's supposed to be. So I don't know why it was dipping down to 0.13 and 1 before. It's supposed to get to 11. So it's right around that 10 range last time I tested the internet. So but I think we're good. Bro, watch Pop's interview. Okay. You want to start with that? We can start with that. It doesn't really matter what we start with. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all what we start with. Okay. So let's... All right. We're gonna sponsor this segment, okay? What the heck was that? All right. All right, you guys want to start with Popovich? We're going to start with Popovich, okay? Let's see what he has to say for himself. As you guys know, I was not the happiest with this game and the game prior. We didn't call a timeout when we had one, and we could have at least attempted to get to overtime. We didn't want to do that, and I understand it's preseason. And this game, okay, Steph Castle should have started. You could tell right out the bat that was a terrible starting lineup. Very obvious that it was going to be pretty not great. And Castle had a really good game, right? So it is what it is. I understand it's the way Popovich does things, but you know, I don't know. I don't like it. I didn't like it these past games, to be honest with you. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into this Popovich press conference. Big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this segment, of course. And let's listen to our boy, Goat Pop.
Practice tomorrow. We've got the scrim on Saturday.
We have the scrimmage on Saturday? We are so back.
Off on Sunday. Have 2 good practices, Monday, Tuesday, then Wednesday will be a travel day probably. That's the way it looks right now. Saw a lot of things I liked. We hung tough the first and third quarters, but second and fourth, they got away from us. But
Van Fleet was, oh my God. He was playing like it was the finals, bro. I don't know what was going on. Van Fleet was playing like he was in the NBA finals. Good God.
We'll concentrate on the things that we saw at both ends that were good. And the other stuff where we made the mistakes, whether it's transition or not communicating, we'll continue to get better at that. But I was impressed with you, a good number of the players, and seeing their corporate knowledge pick up a little bit and play the way we want to play.
Their corporate knowledge pick up a little bit, like what they've learned from the Spurs already. Honestly, there were a few. I wish we would have got a longer one. Why are these so short? Oh, it's because we're away, isn't it? It's because we're away. Dude, I saw it was one section where they just looked like they were clicking. And I think Sean Elliott, I usually don't have the sound on. At least I don't have it on too high. But Sean Elliott was talking about how it looked like the 2014 Spurs. And we've seen glimpses of that a few times during this preseason where it was like, whoa, what the heck? Clan, it's the pregame interview. Wait, this is the pregame interview? No, this is the postgame. Oh, you said I need to listen to the pregame. All right, okay, this is what we'll do. Let's take a look at BetUS to sponsor this segment, and then we'll jump over to the pregame since you think the pregame is interesting. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into this. Which one should we do? Since we're talking about Popovich, let's see. Shout out to BetUS, by the way. Let's go to Coach of the Year. What are Pop's chances of getting Coach of the Year? It's actually not the worst. It's actually not too bad. I'm gonna roll with it. I'll roll with it. That's fine. I don't know. 15 say 15 give you 270. The Spurs would have to have a crazy great season for this to come true. An absolutely crazy great season. I'm placing the bet. If you guys are interested in BetUS at all, please head on over to BetUS and use promo code YouTube150, and you will get a 150% bonus on your first deposit and 125% bonus on your second 2 deposits. And also, or your second and third deposit, that is. But also it's up to $2,000. So you guys go check that out if you're interested. But yeah, BetUS, promo code YouTube 150. I'm confirming that bad boy. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Coach Pop's pregame, as you guys mentioned. Let's see here. He said pregame. Okay, here we go. 3 minutes. This must have been really good.
Final preseason game.
Well, just, the same thing that you might expect as far as understanding how we want to play, conditioning, that sort of thing. But just, those guys have nothing major, just bumps and bruises, and better to not exacerbate that.
Oh, he's talking about sitting Wemby, and I completely agree with sitting Sohan, by the way. Sohan has been like super physical and going hard the entire preseason. I understand sitting him. I still think Wemby needs some. Wemby, I mean, I guess I get it. He went through the Olympics and everything. Maybe he needed a little time up. But Wemby, man, woo, he has been rough. Wait for it. Oh. I'm telling you.
In terms of
Wemby took a knee. Oh, yeah, he was. Yeah, he did get hurt that time.
Trey and Chris on the floor together.
Oh, dude, thank you for the super chat. I'll read it now. Why not? Castle's still raw offensively, but I was impressed with his defense and court vision. He was also good at getting to the line. Very impressive overall. I love Steph Castle, dude. I love Steph Castle. You are absolutely correct, my friend. I'm watching.
Do you like the offense, how it looks so far in terms of that combination?
Yeah, that we've.
Sorry, I missed the question.
Do you like the option, just in terms of the minutes you've seen from Trey and Chris on the floor together? Do you like the offense, how it looks so far in terms of
Trey and Chris together?
Yeah,
they look pretty good together.
We've played them together on purpose to see if there was any sort of a kind of a chemistry or the way they played off each other, and they've done pretty well. Mm-hmm. We do like it. We just, or when we do that, we're instituting a rule that no team is allowed to post them.
In terms of helpful, how do these games compare to just a good, hard preseason practice?
Oh, wow, that's a good question.
How do these games compare to a preseason practice? They're more intense, I bet. Is that was that the question?
I think, when the lights go on, guys, whether it's the first five or, the bottom five, they're going to go at it a little bit more because everybody's watching and you never know what's going to happen in your career, and that sort of thing. So I think the lights kind of pick it up a little bit, even though it's preseason. Yeah.
By the way, mentioning Castle, ARD or AR Doc, dude, Castle has been clutch the entire preseason. He has made, even though the Spurs have not, they've been fine. The Spurs have actually been fine. But even though we haven't won as many as we might have wanted to, Steph Castle has definitely come in the clutch in the fourth quarters. I've noticed it. Both ends of the court.
For the guys that haven't played so much this preseason, in particular, Victor, what's the balance between keeping them healthy, keeping them fresh, and having them in a rhythm when the games start to count?
Well, it is a balance. I don't think he'll be in great rhythm to start the season. He had a long year last year, obviously, with the Olympics and everything, and the tournament he had before he came over, and then the NBA, and then the Olympics, that sort of thing.
Were you just saying that he's repeating what I mentioned? Like, how can you just say that? That he won't be in a rhythm? Yeah, that pissed me off too. No, he said he won't be in good rhythm. Oh, I got you. All right.
And he's been dinged up a little bit, so the practices on Monday and Tuesday are going to be really important to get him as much of a rhythm as we can.
Do you think he'll be limited minutes?
So you guys think that he's worried? It might legitimately be worried about the knee-to-knee injury, like you guys mentioned. That's the... Yeah, he took knee contact. I see no problem with this. Yeah, I don't see I don't really see the problem with this. Me personally, I did think Wemby should have played, but you mentioning the knee-to-knee contact, it's like, okay, yeah, that did happen, and I kind of just, that slipped my mind a little bit. And if they don't want to risk that, I understand. It has been frustrating. I did think that was more so the reason was, well, not the knee-to-knee, but the reason was because he's been in the Olympics and he's going to be rusty or whatever. He's been really rusty. Yeah, it's going to take a couple games. It's going to take a couple games. But right off the bat, I mean, we can't afford to, like, I want to win games. I know the Spurs want to win games. We can't afford to, like, give him, like, 15, 20 minutes. Like, he got to get, especially when the season is early and it's not as intense. It's going to be intense, but not as intense. He needs to start learning now, right? It's not sitting him. It's the fact that he thinks he won't be in good rhythm coming opening night. I don't know. I'm not really getting upset about that. I don't think he will be. I don't know. I don't know. How do you think? I'm not being condescending. How do you think Popovich should have answered that question? Like what do you think he should have said? Not judging. I genuinely want to know.
Wise to start the season and everything.
No, I don't think so. But I think he'll get tired.
You spent a good amount of time around.
Load management is ruining the league. Okay, all right. Let me say this. I am frustrated. Okay, I am frustrated with Popovich not calling. I'm way more frustrated with Popovich not calling the timeout at the end of that last game during the preseason. Like, that frustrated me. But to say load management is ruining the league, this context, I don't know. I mean, the NBA is going to get better about load management anyway because, you know, all your awards are on the line or whatnot. But, yeah, I don't know. I care, but I don't care as much to start complaining about load management. I don't know. Just say we're trying to get him in a rhythm. That's it. Okay. I mean, I get, yeah, he could have said that. Yeah, like keep a positive spin on it. Was it the negative connotation that you didn't really like? I get you.
Kelvin Sampson. What is it about Kelvin that enables him to get guys to play so hard for him year after year?
He is Calvin. It's like what Ginobili used to tell me. I'd say, Manu, why are you doing this? Because I'm Manu. Why is he great? Because he's Calvin. He's a tough nut. And he takes no prisoners.
I don't think he'll be in a good rhythm. Yeah, so you really just don't like that. Popovich has always been the type to kind of shoot it straight, though. I mean, he's always been like this. I don't see him going off of that. But I get you. Like putting a different spin on it would have been nice.
He takes no excuses. He's adamant in demanding what he knows will win. And
are we talking
as
about
a
Keldon?
player, you appreciate that. It's easy to handle when you know exactly what's expected of you and at what level you have to perform. And if you do that, you're going to be his favorite guy.
Who are we talking about? Very good. You watched the game, but if you check the box score, it's bad. Oh, you asked how did Castle play? Castle played beautifully. Yeah, we have to still look at the stats. Who the heck are we talking about?
Because he's Calvin.
Kelvin.
He is Calvin.
Who's
What
Kelvin?
about Kelvin that enables him to get guys to play so hard for him year after year?
Oh, okay. I don't know. I think we were talking about Keldon. I don't know why Pop said Kelvin.
He is Calvin. It's like what Ginobili used to tell me. I'd say, Manu, why are you doing this? Because I'm Manu. Why is he great? Because he's Calvin.
Don't you ever compare Keldon to Manu Ginobili. Think he means Keldon? Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, Keldon does play hard. That is true. And I think that's a really good point to say, hey, now that he knows his role, maybe it'll be a little bit easier. I just felt like last season he knew his role too. But with that being said, last game, Keldon was great. Okay, Keldon was absolutely great. Johnson's brother, isn't he involved with the Spurs? Oh, what? What are we talking about? I don't know. You guys are confusing me now.
He's a tough nut, and he takes no prisoners.
I have no idea
he takes
what we're
no
talking
excuses.
about. Does Johnson have a brother? Keldon has a brother? Bro, what? I don't know. I feel like, are you trolling? Never mind, I'm tripping. Are you smoking?
He's adamant in demanding what he knows will win, and as a player, you appreciate that. It's easy to handle when you know exactly what's expected of you and at what level you have to perform. And if you do that, you're going to be his favorite guy.
I'm so confused, dude. I don't know. He's talking as if Keldon is a superstar. I don't know. Like I don't get what we're talking about. I completely realized I did not have this on the screen. Was it camera on me the entire time? It wasn't on me the entire time, right? Next segment? Yeah, we're getting out of here. Yeah, we're getting out of here. All right, thanks for showing me that. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this segment. All right, let's get out of here. All righty. Okay. All right. Our guy. Okay. All right, guys. It's time to talk about our star. I'm going to say this, all honesty, okay? I really do mean this. I never said this. As much hate as I get for the Sohan love, right? As much hate as I get for saying Sohan is actual good player, I never said, and if I did, I take it back, okay? I take it back. I don't think I've ever said this, though. I never said that I think Sohan definitely is going to be a superstar. Is it possible for him to be a star in the NBA? Will he be an all-star at one point? Yes, of course he will. He's playing with Wemby. If you're on a very successful team, you're going to be a big part of that. Lights are going to be on you, and it'll get to a point where he is an all-star, right? Same thing happened with Tony. Same thing happened with Manu. It will happen, and I do think Manu and Tony are, and in the history books, be better players than Sohan is. But with that being said, I still love Sohan. I think he's very important to our run. I think he's very important to what will happen in the future. This guy right here, this man right here, Steph Castle, I really do believe that he's going to be a star in the NBA. I really, really believe it. I truly do. He's a dog. He's an absolute dog. He is nasty. I absolutely believe that he's going to be a star when it's all said and done. Not he's an all-star because he's on the team with Wemby and he plays a pivotal role. No, he is going to be a star. The way that he plays at this age is kind of nuclear. It's a little ridiculous for him to play with so much discipline on the defensive and offensive end. Basketball IQ very high, making the right pass more often than not, utilizing his body to get to the line, very quick, just very smart, just overall a great prospect, man. I mean, I don't know if we could have gotten anything better out of this draft. 6'6", got the frame as SGA, great rebounding ability. I mean, he's the full package. He is the absolute full package. Needs to be better at three-point shooting, of course, but honestly, he shot better than a lot of people expected. In this game in particular, he had a couple mid-range shots, I believe, that were pretty beautiful, right? He has great form, always under control, calm demeanor. He has all the makings of a future star point guard or combo guard. All of it's there. I do believe it. I will say that with my chest, that I think he'll be a star. CP3 starts, but Castle will finish. I think both of them will finish. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping both of them finish. Yeah. We still ain't even talked about the game yet, but yeah. The middies and the lob surprised me a little. Like, okay, fam, I see you. Very athletic as well. That was another thing I didn't mention, right? Like you said, the lob, yeah. Very athletic. Castle starting shooting guard with Vassell out. That won't happen. More than likely, it'll be Julian Champagnie. It'll be Julian Champagnie. The only question I have right now is whether or not Barnes starts. I don't know if that's the case right now. I don't know. He hasn't been playing the best, but I could very well see Barnes coming off the bench and be way more important for us right now than starting. And then you could end up starting Castle at the 3 if you want. But if that's the point, if we get to that point, they might just start Keldon at the 3. I don't know. City definitely had confidence. Okay, we'll get to the game in a minute. Let's listen to what Castle has to say.
What's your takeaway from your first preseason? You feel like you're ready to go?
It was easy.
Yeah, I feel like I'm ready to go. Just trying to kind of gauge the speed of the game, physicality. Starting to slow down a little bit now, so just building.
It's just now slow. It felt like it's been slowed down the entire time I've seen him play. Since the summer league, it seems like it's been slowed down. What is he talking about?
Chemistry throughout preseason. I feel like all those games were really needed and useful. So just going back, watching film, and getting ready for the season now.
He's like, this isn't even my final
form. What you learned
form.
most through the preseason is just the speed and the physicality of the other teams?
Yeah. I mean, I would say that, and really just understanding each other, on our team, just building chemistry. Like I said, I feel like those games are really useful. Just being on the court together with a whole bunch of different lineups. So just really trying to build that.
And every single line. This is why it was important drafting him. This is why the Spurs. He brought so much appeal. No matter what lineup we threw out there, as long as he was on the court, he played the exact same way. And what I mean is high basketball IQ, played the right way, didn't try to force anything, no matter what position, whether they had him running point guard, whether they had him playing off ball, every single time, making the right cuts, spacing appropriately. Whether he's guarding a point guard or shooting guard, every single time. I know Van Fleet put the work on him a little bit. All right, I'll be honest. He put the work on him a little bit. But it's not like Castle had a chance to see the scouting report. He'll be ready next game. But with that being said, I thought that he did phenomenal no matter what position they put him in. They threw so many lineups out there with Castle over the last few games. And every single time, I did not look at Castle and say, ooh, he's not great at that. Ooh, he's not great at this. He is good 1 through 3. You can put him at the 1, 2, or 3. That type of usage is ridiculous. He was good out there with Trey. He was good out there with Blake Wesley right next to him. He's good with everybody next to him. I want to see Castle and Vassell. Oh, that is going to be so beautiful. That's how I want to finish games, okay? I want CP3, Devin Vassell, Castle, Sohan, Wemby. That is a strong finishing team. That's a team that's very difficult to score on. That's going to be really difficult.
For the season.
What do you think the priority is for the next week? For you guys?
I'm being honest. That's what I'm doing.
The opener against Dallas.
Probably focusing in on our defense. I feel like when we're playing, our best game of defense, I feel like that's when we're at our best, being able to run in transition, get easier points, not have to play in half court all the time. So just really trying to lock in on that.
Are you looking forward to that first game?
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Anybody else?
All right, beautiful. Next step.
I wish we can get more clips. Unfortunately, we're Spurs. We have Spurs players, so they don't say anything that's that cool. Wemby does. But yeah, he should right here. He should have said, "I'll be ready for Luka." Not just I'm looking forward to it. It should have been, "I'll be ready for Luka," or look right at the camera and say, "Luka, I'm coming for you," like some WWE stuff. That would have been cool. But he didn't do it. He didn't do it because he's a Spur. He's a robot. Robots don't show emotion. Look, you guys saying I'm glazing. Hold on. Let me remind you of someone who's absolutely crazy over Castle. You must have forgot. You guys must have forgot. Is it this one? He doesn't do too many of these. It has to be this one.
Fire away, guys. Fire away.
Kind of stood out.
Nah, everybody in their own way.
Shut up. That's not it.
And so when that's the case,
That's not it. Shut
but
up.
everybody works.
Shut up.
Yeah. I actually told him one time tonight I kicked the ball ahead to him and he didn't drive. And I said, "What you doing, man? Every time you go in there, something good happens." You know, so it's been great because I'm a basketball fan, so I watched him play in college. So to get a chance to be his teammate and to see him develop day in and day out has been fun too.
Being with Vic now for a couple of days.
This ain't even the clip. Hold on. That's not even the clip I'm looking for, chat. I don't think that's the clip at all. I think it was before we even started. Yeah, it was before we even started.
Your impression Pop runs things so.
You know, and I'm grateful for my late coach putting in the work, and that's what he did.
Yeah, this here.
In college.
Yep.
Just curious your impressions of Steph Castle.
Steph Castle. Listen to this. This is glazing.
Man,
right? If I'm a glazer, so is
good. You can
CP3. Sorry.
Man, Steph is so good. You can see that. You can always tell some players when they come in the league how they were coached in college. You know, and I'm grateful for my late coach, Skip Prosser, because the way I was coached in college prepared me for the NBA, and you can tell Steph is well coached, but the confidence level that he has is so good to see too. And you only get that type of confidence from putting in the work, and that's what he does.
He seems to play with this really special pace that's unique to him. Like,
it's a confidence. Yeah. It's confidence, and like I said, you get that confidence when you put the work in. So, I mean, I was nice when I came in as a rookie, but he's strong as hell too. So it's cool to see and good for us.
He said I came in pretty cold when I was a rookie, but it seemed like he was saying, but him? I don't know, man. He's on another level. I'm just kidding. CP3 was great. Best Steph in the league. I'm delusional. You're the good type of delusional, though. You're the good type of delusional. All right, we'll end this segment. Good stuff. Obviously, I love Steph Castle. You guys love Steph Castle. He's a great player, and yeah, I think he'll be a star. I do. I think I can say that with my chest. I absolutely believe he will be a star in the NBA. Yeah, just don't pull no primo stuff, and you'll be a star. So that was uncalled for. I don't know why I did that. All right. Do we want to listen to Zach Collins? I don't know. I don't know if I want to listen to Zach Collins. Primo was bad, though. Primo wasn't bad. I don't know, man. Oh, let's see. All right. I don't want to talk about Zach Collins. Chat. I gotta show you some disrespect, okay? This is absolutely disrespectful. So someone brought this to my attention. Was it Nike that brought this to my attention? Someone brought this to my attention on Twitter, in which Shaq gave his top 50 NBA players, and it was kind of shocking how terrible it was. It was kind of shocking a little bit. I think the Spurs are going to be much better than people expect, and that's because of Victor Wembanyama. But apparently, Shaquille O'Neal does not believe that. So big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this segment. So we'll take a look at this, and then we'll talk about the odds of the Spurs doing well in the in-season tournament. And yeah, I'll take some thoughts from the chat. I'll just look at the chat and see what we have to say here. So look at this, guys. Look at this. What is he talking about? So top 50, and this is 21 to 50, right? So we're not looking at the top 20. And do you see where Victor Wembanyama is? Now, before, it's been ridiculous at this point. Before, it's starting off, he said he compared him to Bobo. A lot of people actually gave Shaq the benefit of the doubt because they sat back and they said, hey, Shaq is only saying that because his son is friends with Bobo and, you know, he's just trying to help him out that way. And I'm like, no, you don't have to discredit another player to build up Bobo. Like, come on, dude. So that was ridiculous. And then recently we went over a video in which Shaq said straight up, I don't think you can dominate the league if you shoot a lot of jumpers. Don't know what he's talking about. I would say Steph Curry was absolutely dominating the league for a good while. Don't know what you mean by you can't dominate the game if you take a lot of jumpers. Don't know what he means. And also, we even looked at the stats, and it's not true. Victor Wembanyama actually takes plenty of shots around the paint. Last year he did. He did a good job. There's no way that's real. Check your sources, clan. Someone told me about this, and then recently, and then someone made this graph. I'm pretty sure that this is real. Hold on. If we go to Google, Shaq top 50 NBA players. Oops. Here we go. Bleacher Report. Shaquille O'Neal's top 50 NBA players. Shaq's list. Yes. Wembanyama at 31. Yes, it is true. This is absolutely true. So basically, Shaq is saying, like, just think about how crazy this is. How I don't know why he discredit Big so often. He doesn't even give, in my opinion, I don't think he gives Tim Duncan as much praise as he deserves. He rarely brings him up. But he's saying Bradley Beal, Kawhi, who hasn't even been able to play, Jamal Murray is better than Victor Wembanyama. Why did it say Paulo Ranchero? Paulo, I will accept Paulo if you want. Okay, I'll accept it. Great player, whatever. Julius Randle, y'all. Cat. I love Trae Young. Trae Young, I'll accept Ja. But I don't know. Ja at 22 is kind of wild to me a little bit. But he stays injured, so I don't know. Jimmy Butler is not better than Victor Wembanyama. This is crazy. He's saying he's in the same category as De'Aaron Fox. Jaren Jackson isn't that far off from him. This is just straight up hating. I don't understand all the hate. We all know his history with Rudy Gobert. Yeah, he hates Rudy Gobert too. I do not understand this for the life of me. Let's see. Is there anybody in this top 50 list that I feel like is also out of line? Let's see. DeMar DeRozan at 44 seems pretty doggone low. Tyrese Maxey at 39 seems pretty low. I feel like I would have to see the rest of the list. Yeah, he disrespected Dwight Howard. He hated Dwight Howard. It's just strange, man. It's just strange. It's one thing to critique players, criticize players or whatever, but it seems like Shaq takes it to another level where it's like something else going on. Like he has to protect his own legacy or something. Because everyone is talking about how Victor Wembanyama could end up being like the greatest big man of all time. And every single time there's a big man, he has to like kind of slide his way in there. He got a fragile ego. And I don't see him go at Embiid often, right? I think he's pretty kind to Embiid, if I'm not mistaken. And we all have biases. And here's the thing too. Just because I think a lot of people hear bias and they're like, oh my goodness, your opinion means nothing. I don't believe that at all. I think that you can have a bias and it still be truthful, or you can have a bias and if you recognize that bias, you know, you can trust this person's takes and their thoughts on something. But Shaq just seems like he's on a whole nother stratosphere, man. I don't know what's going on with him. I have no idea. This seems like it's more than just a bias towards certain guys. Like, I prefer these type of guys, so I usually, overestimate them on my list. It doesn't seem like that. It just seems like ego. Bobo number one. Bobo probably is number one. Bobo probably is number one. With that being said, all right, I'll take a look at the chat again in a second. But shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this segment. If you guys are interested in BetUS, please head on over to BetUS and use promo code YouTube150. You receive 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% bonus on your second and third, up to $2,000. So I wanted to take a look at the Spurs odds of winning the in-season tournament, because there's actually been quite a few Spurs fans believing that they're going to start off hot, and this would actually be a crazy bet. Hold on. This actually would be kind of wild. Give it a millisecond. Have to load it up. All right, let's see. I'm gonna click here. Let's go 50. What 15 get? 15 get you nearly 2,000? 2,000? Okay, I'm placing it. All right, but shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this segment. All right, let's dive into this once again. Actually, do they have the rest of the list here? How do I find the rest of the list? Let's look at Charles Barkley's rating. There's no way he's going to have Wemby in the top. Okay, Charles Barkley has Wemby at 22. That's respectful. 22 is respectful. You put him around top 20. I'm not going to hate on you. All right. I'm not going to get too angry. DeMar DeRozan seems like that's a little bit more accurate. I feel like DeMar was way higher than 44 that Shaq had. That was terrible. I thought the Spurs winning the cup was just a meme. No. There's people that actually believe that. All right, let's keep going. Kenny Smith. Do they only reveal like some of it thus far? So we know that Kenny got Wemby at least in the top 20. See, here's the thing. Charles Barkley, he has biases as well. Like everyone has a bias, right? But I do think Charles usually has pretty decent thoughts for the most part, or at least he's pretty consistent. Shaq just seems like he hates. Charles Barkley seems like it's always this is the biggest problem. He's just bad faith. Shaq is just absolutely bad faith. If it's a big man and he doesn't play the way that Shaq likes him to play, he just dogpiles him. I'm sorry, people might say like, oh, actually 31 ain't that bad. After last season, if you put Wembanyama at 31, dude, you are absolutely hating. Like, I don't know what to say other than you are a hater. He should not be that low. It's dumb. Sabonis is not better than Victor. Did he have Sabonis? Okay, that's stupid. That's stupid. You said bad faith? No, it is bad faith. Wait, what? I have no idea what I don't know what you're laughing. It is bad faith. What is that? It's bad faith and good faith. Yeah. When they make an argument, I think Charles Barkley comes in good faith, like actual criticism, and I think Shaq, he will like say certain things, like anything he possibly can, but really underneath the surface is just him hating. Like he could say, oh, you have to be a better, you'd have to dominate in the paint, without looking at any of the statistics of how Wemby did in the paint. He said, you can't just take jump shots all the time. Bobo got the same game. This is not actual criticism. This is just bad faith actor when it comes to Wemby. And when it comes to big man, there's definitely the types of people in media that benefit from their experience in the league. Then there's Shaq. Let's talk about Wemby calling out NBA players. Okay, you can't just drop that in the chat and not tell us what you're talking about. What do you mean? Let's see what it looks like when it's combined. We're doing a fusion ha here. Been playing a lot of Spark and Zero. All right. What happens when we do a fusion, huh? They got Şengün at 48. Chet Holmgren at 47. Let's see. All right. Here we go. Where is Wemby? Okay, maybe they just didn't release the 1 through 20 yet. So with the ratings combined, Wemby is a top 20 player. Wemby could very well be a top 5 player. I think he's a top 10 player though. Bro Clan, search up Sports Illustrated for Wemby. You want me to type in Sports Illustrated for Wemby? Oh, I didn't watch that. That might need to be a separate thing, man. I won't be able to show video. I think there's a video of it, right? Okay, we need to make this a separate segment. This has gone on too long anyways. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's good. Big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this segment. All right. Let's hold on. Let me make sure everything's here before we start a segment on this. What is this? Gosh, this is a long article. For me, it's the only solution. Expanding that game. So he says something about NBA players. There's also a long article. That's what I'm on right now. I'm on this super long article. What the heck is that? Oh, wait. I know what it is. I'm muting it. There we go. Emphasize a fourth-year swingman for Malachi. How to chase space. How to space the floor. I want to see what you mean about him calling people out. This season should be different. Development has helped significantly when you start winning. This is Popovich. Look up Wemby's 10 burning questions interview. Posted by Sports Illustrated. Man, I could very well get copyright striked for this. I don't know how Sports Illustrated is about their stuff. Let's go to TikTok.
Surprised me the most how truly like the best of the game in a good way. Some of them are really impressive and inspiring.
The heck are we talking about?
Game every night, but others that I used to like and now I'm just like, I'm not sure that they deserve, They don't seem like they put as much work as I thought. I'm not disappointed, but I'm like that's it. But
oh, guys, I don't know if I like this. Guys, I don't know if I like this. Why? Okay, hold on. Are there any other spicy ones? Well, we need it as a whole. Huh? I don't know if I like this. Let's see. Grace. Was there any other ones that, let's see, Reddit posted? Oh, they just posted a video. Oh, this is the Spurs Reddit.
I'm not disappointed, but I'm like that's it. Game every night, but all the
Okay, here we go. Hold on, let me see something. I just want to know what the questions are, and then because I can't play this, I'm kind of scared too. What surprised you most about the NBA? Your rookie year. And what's the other question? Any active players you admire?
Oh yeah. There are active players that I admire.
Okay, I don't care about that. Let's see. Did you change anything? Oops. Did you change anything about your training after year one? With the addition of Chris Paul, expectations for the Spurs this year. He's just gonna say to always win, right?
The youngest team in the league. I mean, maybe he brings the average up now, so maybe we're not the youngest anymore, but he can bring us. I think it would be hard to find somebody.
I don't know. Are you the best defender in the NBA?
Proven, but I think it's very much possible. A good defender is, to me, is somebody that can bring a lot.
Which former NBA player do you want as a teammate? Will Chamberlain?
Intriguing, you know, he's like an anomaly for his time.
You or Wilt? Wilt.
If it's a hook shot, it's Wilt. If it's a three, it's definitely me.
Okay. All right. All right. So, chat, you guys showing me the beginning of this, or at least one of these questions. I wasn't crazy about it, but I'm gonna hear them out. I didn't like it initially, but let me listen. Let me listen, okay? All right. So they asked Wemby about what surprised them coming into the NBA.
Surprised me the most how true.
Can you guys hear this? It's turned kind of low.
Like the best of the game in a good way. Some of them are really impressive and inspiring in the way they approach the game every night, but others that I used to like, and now I'm just like, I'm not sure that they deserve, you know. They don't seem like they put as much work as I thought. I'm not disappointed, but I'm like that's it. But some of them, talking like KD, I got to know Rudy Gobert even more with the national team. I know their work ethic. I know how they, how they view the game, and it's really inspiring. And I want to do the same as them. Now I've seen the behind the scenes, and I know it's for real.
I wonder who he's talking about. Okay, now listening to it in its entirety, I don't hate it as much. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want Wemby is so good. Okay, he's so ridiculous good. By far, I need to probably throw this out there. By far, my favorite player in the NBA. You know, obviously, my favorite player in the NBA. He's my favorite player on the Spurs. Like, he's absolutely ridiculous. You said Ben Simmons? Has he been around Ben Simmons? Has he? Kawhi load management Leonard? I don't know who he's talking about. It sounds like he's talking about active stars in the NBA right now. I'm thinking Joel Embiid. Maybe. Now he's always looked up to KD, obviously. So it's no surprise there. And KD does put in that work. I just wonder who he's talking about. Anyways, the reason why I didn't like this initially when I just first listened to like 6-7 seconds of it is that I don't know how to phrase this any other way, right? And I haven't really had time to think about it, but it's like it's been this weird vibe this season or coming into the season with Wemby that I don't want him to get too far ahead of himself, right? Like mentally, I don't want him to like I'll just say it. Let me just plain speak. I don't want him to get cocky. I'll just be honest. He is one of the best players in the NBA. He's going to be one of the greatest ever. I don't want him to get cocky. And it seems like it's been a few times where I was like, oh, that's kind of strange, you know? Like him initially going at the media. I know that seems like kind of some harsh language, but when he was like, I don't owe anything to none of you guys. Like that's cool. That's whatever. But then it was also like on the court where he got super frustrated with Barnes. And I saw plenty of people in the comments saying, well, he missed a lob. I like the passion. I like that but he was physically really upset with him. It's just one of those things that kind of, I'm worried about. I'm slightly concerned. Okay. Slightly concerned. You know, that's the only thing. He's speaking facts though. This load management area is pretty entitled. They want the money, but don't want to perform at the highest level. That's fine. That's fine, you know. But you know, you gotta. Those, I guess it depends on what superstars he's talking about. But even those superstars, let's just be real. Okay. You guys know I'm Clan the Spurs fan. Okay, I absolutely love Wemby. I need to preface everything by saying this because I don't want to upset anybody. Those players, if he's talking about star players in the NBA that don't put in as much work as he does, they are more successful than Wemby is currently, right? Like I would just tell it how it is. Those players, as it stands right now, are more accomplished than Wemby. Will Wemby get there? Of course, I believe Wemby will get there. He puts in the work. He plays tough or whatnot. But I step back and I'm just saying, hey, I just need a little bit of humility. Just a little bit. Just a little humility here, right? He might be talking about Anthony Edwards. I don't know, though. It's Luka. Luka literally went to the finals. It seems as if he's talking about players that are already established in the NBA, and he saw it behind the scenes, and it's like, oh, they're not as good. And it's been a few instances of this with Wemby where I didn't really like some of the stuff he said, right? You guys remember when he was talking about, what was it? Was it drinking? Or was it weed or something? You guys remember that? And he said something in the lines of, I don't have to do any of that because I don't have to overly compensate for it. That was something where I was like, what? Like, I have nothing to overcompensate for. Like, that's what he said. Like, I'm happy or something like that. He's like, I have not, like, it was just strange. It just came across as like a little judgy. But like some people brought up in the chat, you know, maybe it's a, you know, French cultural thing, but, you know, at the same time, I'm I'm slightly turned off by that, you know? I know that this take will give me some heat here, right? Like, a lot of people will see this and be like, I like that grind mindset. But I feel like you can have that grind mindset. And it's plenty of times where I saw Wemby, you know, say stuff that just exerted confidence in himself and believing that he's going to be somebody that's going to be successful in the NBA, and that he believes in his teammates, and you know, he's holding everyone accountable, especially himself. Just don't want to get to the point where it's like, it's not start clowning your peers in the league, because all the stars in the NBA right now are more accomplished than you are. That's all. But I mean, obviously this is true. It's not a matter of if it's true or not, you know. Feels weird a little bit. Oh, wait. That's the first time I heard you really get on Wemby. Well, I talked about the weed thing too. I thought that was strange. I was like, why did you phrase it like that? Like, just say that's not something I do. I do like that grind mindset 100%, but it has very sociopathic undertones. I mean, I won't go that far and say like anything like that, but I do know what you're saying. That's the word right there, right? The undertone. It's like an undertone to it. It's like a little bit of a smugness to it, you know, that I'm just not crazy about. Like you said before, he's honest. Yeah, I mean, he's honest, you know. He's honest. It's just I don't know. I just want him. I want us to get there first, you know. I want us to get there first. Tim Duncan always had a little bit of smugness to him, a little bit, but I don't recall him saying anything like that. Like, especially early on. I don't know. And Wemby's a sponge. He works extraordinarily hard. Everyone says it. Everyone talks about it. He talks about it. He has so much respect for Sohan because he says that Sohan's the first one in the gym. When he goes in, usually Sohan's already there. All these things are important to win a championship. We have the foundation to win a championship, right? But we wouldn't accept this, like answering a question in this way by anybody else. Anybody else. Brian Wright, yeah, still fairly new as the Spurs GM, but he's been doing a great job, right? We haven't won anything yet. I wouldn't be crazy, even though I praise Brown, right? I wouldn't be crazy if he came out and he started, if they asked him a question and he said, you know, a lot of teams just don't put in the work, you know. I really looked up to the GM over at the Phoenix Suns, but he just doesn't put in that work, you know. He just doesn't. Like I don't think any of us would be like, dude, you gotta win a little bit, like, you know, you gotta do a little something. Gotta remember Vic was highly sheltered. Has been eat, sleep, grind ball since before his voice broke. Oh yeah, I understand that. A lot of players are like that. I mean, it's not me saying he's inherently like a bad person or anything like that, or he was born smug, or like, it's none of that. I understand, you know, the reality of it. That's how he grew up. I mean, a lot of us, most of us, all of us, I don't know why I said most of us, are in some ways a product of our environment and our upbringing, right? But I don't know. It just seemed like last year we got a little bit more humility from Wemby, and because this is pretty sure this is before the preseason, right? He got the braids and everything. This is a minute ago. But seeing him in the preseason, it's like he got a lot of rust to shake off. And these games in the preseason, I felt like he got a little overly zealous. Like some of the pull-ups were like, whoa, what do you don't have to do. You don't have to do all that. Like the Spurs were playing so well together, and it's like, man, continue to you know, pass the ball, be a good teammate and whatnot. Definitely more humble last year. Yeah. So let me reiterate. No hate towards Wemby. I still love Wemby as a player. He's still my favorite player in the NBA. Phenomenal talent. It's just I'm hesitant with stuff like this. In its entirety, it's not as bad as I thought it was, but it's still. I'm not crazy about just calling out people, your peers, like that. And I've been consistent with this. Okay? I've been consistent with this. Remember, DJ did something, you know, similar to that. I didn't like it then. Doesn't matter who it is. I'm not crazy about it. And I mean, to be fair, I guess Sohan has done it with LeBron, right? Yeah, Sohan did it with LeBron. I guess Sohan is more so like he wants to be hated. Like he kind of takes that role like I don't know. It's kind of strange. I don't know if Sohan actually believes like LeBron is a bad player or anything, but I don't know. He trolls so many people till, you know, I think he was really just trying to piss off Lakers fans. Let's see. Like everyone does, he's eventually be humble, but his takes aren't seriously bad, at least not the level of Ant Edwards. Anthony Edwards had some bad takes about players? Anthony Edwards has bad takes about life. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna become the San Antonio Bad Boys. Maybe, I don't know. Sohan exceedingly more blatant in his call-outs, especially on Twitter. Yeah. But it's like with Sohan, it's like he's actively trying to get under your skin. Like that's, even with the Spurs, that's his role, to get under your skin. You know? I don't know. Where Wemby is the legitimate leader of the team, and it just worries me a little bit. Oh, yeah, Ant did say that. Ant said, other than MJ, his era has no skill. That's right. Anthony Edwards, yeah, that was a moronic take. I forgot about that. Wemby feels like he's going down the KD path a little in terms of personality. Oh, I hope not. I think Wemby would be a better leader than... Not to say KD isn't a leader by example, but, you know, I think he'll be a better leader than KD. This is a blanket statement. Every locker room has players who don't work as hard, and every locker room knows it. Yeah. I mean, I got you. You know. Well, Wemby is not on social media. Yeah. It seems like every time he posts something, it's not actually him posting it. Look what he said about Jason Tatum. It's not bad, is it? I feel like if it was bad, I would have known about it. I don't know. I'm scared to play the clip because I feel like I'd be copyright strike. What did he say about Tatum? Tell me what he said about Tatum, and then we'll end it. I'll trust you. I trust you, July. You're a mod. Wemby's right to be proud of his work ethic when he sees other stars who don't have it. I suppose you can be proud of your work ethic without like saying other people didn't don't work as hard as you do. You know. But I mean, I understand he's saying like, there's players in the NBA that I looked up to and now I don't because they don't work that hard. But yet and still, I still believe those guys are still more accomplished, Not really, boy, just cocky. LOL, it was on the documentary. What'd he say? The talking needs to be done on the court, for sure. For sure. Yeah. They say never meet your heroes. That is true. Speaking of Tatum and Wemby, you see the little skit? Yeah, I've seen it. The commercial. You seen Tatum trying to get me on the switch, lock his butt up 2 times. Tatum was talking crazy, saying, "Yeah, I'm here." Then I said, "I'm coming again," talking about best player in the league. Y'all tripping? He didn't say that. And Wemby didn't say nothing like that. Who said that? Bro, that's Ant. Ant said that? Okay. I'm like, Wemby definitely didn't say nothing like that. Now, I know Wemby a little, he could be a little cocky. He didn't say nothing like that. That's crazy. I think July meant Ant. Oh, okay. No, well, I guess Ant does go with players. But that's more so like on the court. Ant jokes a lot. He jokes around a lot. You said to tell you what Ant said. I thought you were talking about Wemby. I don't know. I read it wrong. All right. Ending segment. This went on too long anyway. Is there anything else we need to go over? By the way, guys, I'm going to get a lot of hate when I post this. When I post this segment. I'm going to get a lot of hate. People are not going to like that. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, dude. It's going to be so much hate. Let's see here. Should we talk about the game or should we just like end it? Let's see. Spurs. Nah, I guess we should since we've done it every other night, huh? I didn't watch the game. What happened? Okay. Yeah, maybe it is good that we go over the game. Not everybody watches it. I accidentally paid for League Pass for a month, so I'm stuck with it. When that runs out, it's time for some illegal streams. I don't care. Like, NBA is terrible, y'all. The NBA is absolutely terrible. The stream always ends. It's laggy. It's terrible. It's not worth it. I'd rather just get it another way. All right. All right. Chat want me to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. The San Antonio Spurs got mollywopped. They got whooped, okay? They got whooped by the Houston Rockets. Now, there's not too many teams I actually hate or despise. I know that a lot of Spurs fans hate the Lakers. I don't really hate the Lakers, you know. I'm not crazy about the amount of attention that they get all the time, but I don't really hate them. Same thing with Golden State. I only hated them when they went and got KD. I was like, this is too much. This is ridiculous. This isn't fun. The NBA is ruined. Like, yeah, I hated that. But Houston Rockets, I just hate this team. I just hate them. I hate them more than Kendrick Lamar hates Drake. It's a lot of hate here. It's a lot. I don't like the Rockets, and I don't like Rockets fans. All right? I don't. I hate the Mavericks when we're actually good. I never hated the Mavericks. I've always respected the Mavericks. But the Rockets, man, it's like their fans are just so, it's not all of them. I don't know if I have to say that. You don't have to say that, right? It's the same thing with everything. You don't have to say and preface any of that. Their fans in general are pretty ridiculous. Like they always overhype their team. They're constantly saying that they're better than the San Antonio Spurs. I mean, they were proud if they could possibly maybe get a play-in last year, and it was like, you guys aren't good enough to get. And I don't know. It's just weird, man. I can't stand their fans. And also, they had many of fans asking or wanting Wemby to be injured when we drafted him. So yeah, I don't like the Rockets. I don't like them at all. Littlest brother always yaps the loudest. That's true. That's true. All right. So with that being said, they did whoop us. All right. I'll give them credit objectively, even though I have a bias towards hating them. I will give them the credit. They played well. They played more physical than us. They played better defense overall. They certainly hit more threes. I mean, we have to look at it. I didn't look at the stats on it, but it felt like they were hitting every three they put up. So yeah, they absolutely destroyed us. With that being said, there are some goods that we can take out of this. I don't really think that there's any bads to really take away, right? Either I have a neutral thought on certain things about the game, or I have a positive thought about the game, right? So I'll tell you a little bit about what I mean by that. So Zach Collins, he played the exact same way that he's been playing. He did knock down a three, so I'm hoping that this can give him a little bit of momentum going forward, because Lord knows we are going to need him to hit threes, okay? It can't all... Mamu cannot be the only big man that hits threes. He can't be the only one, and apparently Bassey can shoot threes, which I wasn't very aware of because we never use him that way. We never use him that way. I didn't know Bassey before he came to the Spurs, just being transparent there. Some guys I do know. I did not know Bassey, but apparently he can shoot threes, so maybe the Spurs start using him in that way. But starting off, Zach Collins was what we expected, right? Not too great from the field at all. It wasn't that good. But at the end of the day, he hit a three. That's important. And those 6 assists, they actually were pretty gorgeous. He's always been a good passer for us. So neutral, right? Don't feel worse about the situation, just neutral. Champagnie didn't have the best of games, but this is what you can expect when you don't have Chris Paul right now, right? Chris Paul was really helping to get the ball moving. Chris Paul and Sohan were doing a good job of keeping that ball moving, and it gave Champagnie a little bit more space. And yeah, in this game in particular, they didn't give him much space to operate at all. He even had to take a step back three. The 1-3 he hit, right? Wasn't it a step back? Yeah, it was a lot of work for him to get a three off. And that's not something we're expecting for the future. Barnes actually did well. Okay, statistically, I didn't know how he did. Watching the game, it didn't feel like he got 12 points. But then again, when you're getting whooped the way that we were getting whooped, it is what it is. Trey Jones, nothing negative to say here. 8 assists. This is what you expect out of him. In a tough game like this, where the Rockets were really D'ing it up, I don't expect him to be able to score. I'll just be real with you, okay? He's more of a complimentary player. He needs other guys. Malachi Branham. So once again, neutral. Nothing changed here. not positive, just neutral. It's the same thing that I've been seeing this entire time with Malachi, right? He's not a guy who I think we're going to be able to utilize to his best ability, right? Like this game in particular, it was a lot of mid-range shots. It was a lot of pick and rolls, and that's what he's best at. That's his bread and butter. And while it looked fine during this game where you literally started him and you didn't have anybody else playing, it looked fine. But when the season's actually starting, we're not going to use him in that way. We're going to use him as a catch and shooter, right? So I'm not surprised that he did okay. This isn't that good. This is that good. It's not 50%, under 50%. But I'm not surprised that he was able to put up 15 points playing the way he did. He also played very aggressive, which was good. And I did appreciate that from him. He went to the line the same amount of times as Castle did. So he was definitely aggressive, made some really good cuts. Defense was horrible, let's just be honest. But like I said, no surprise here. Nothing's changed. Tis what it is. Perimeter defense was non-existent this game. From Malachi, it was really bad. I mean, he was getting stuck on screens constantly. Guys just, their first step is past them. I mean, it was bad. It was really bad. Helping in situations where he didn't have to help, leaving his guy wide open. It was strange. It was strange. But he wasn't the only one that seemed a little discombobulated. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Mamu, he did his thing. I think at one point he was 3 for 3, right? But once they started D'ing him up, getting a little closer, closing in on his shot, got exposed just a little bit. And they definitely took advantage of his lack of defense as well. But Şengün is very difficult to guard in and of himself. So Bassi, during his 14 minutes, he was great. I think that he's starting to get his confidence back, confidence that he's going to be okay, that he's not going to be injured. He has some bounce to his step. Obviously, you could tell they've been practicing with each other because they knew it. They gave him a couple alleys, right? So he did a good job. He did a good job overall. Defensively, he was fine. He'll always be undersized, but there was one play in particular where Bassi went chest for chest with Şengün after fouling him, basically. But he was playing really hard on him, made it tough for him, and he stared him down. Like, he was in his face staring him down. I was like, I didn't know Bassi had that in him. I haven't seen it, but he was not playing. He was not playing. It was very impressive. Sorry, I say impressive a lot. Flynn, we won't talk about that. This is, these were garbage minutes. Blake Wesley. So when I said that there was another player that seemed discombobulated, it was Blake Wesley. He seemed like in this game he reverted back to the Blake Wesley that we weren't that crazy about last season at times, where he was overzealous, not necessarily slowing the game down, just moving way too fast, making poor decisions, getting stuck like mid shot, like what am I going to do with the ball? Defense wasn't even that good. He got cooked quite often defensively, which wasn't expecting that. Now, this doesn't mean I feel negatively towards him anything, all right? I'm still overly positive about Blake Wesley. The entire preseason, he has been great. This last game, with the lack of talent we had on the court, it kind of showed that at the end of the day, Wesley is a rotational player, right? He's not going to be I don't personally think he'll be a star or anything like that. I don't think he'll be a future point guard or nothing. But I do think that he's a fine rotational player, and he got a little exposed going against a team that played very good defense, played tough, getting ready for the season, and him having to be one of the main guys that contribute. Yeah, he got exposed. Steph Castle. So this is a strange one. If I came into his stats by themselves without actually watching the game, I would have thought that he had a terrible game, right? Almost 50%, 1 for 5 from 3. It's like, that's not great. Only 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 turnovers. But I swear, guys, if you watched the game, he actually played really well. Like really well. And the Spurs oftentimes kind of leaned on him. They leaned on him. So he did a great job, I thought. Statistic-wise, isn't the best. I mean, you got the negative 26, but he was out there so often. And they threw him out there with a lot of different lineups. And every single time, I thought that he shined through. There was some play that was huge, or some play that showed his toughness. Like, for instance, like he basically 50%. He had a dunk, or a putback dunk that he missed, and that would have counted towards missing the shot. But then he got the rebound, the offensive rebound. So you can see he got 3 offensive rebounds. He had 4 total. 3 of them were offensive. And then he went back up, and the shot went to the line. And I think he knocked down 1. I don't know if he knocked down the second one on that one. But yeah, he just did a really good job, I thought. And unfortunately, the stats aren't going to show it, but that's why it's important to watch the games, Sidy Cissoko, statistic-wise and the eye test, he did a good job. Just overall. It seems like his confidence is built a little bit, and he's letting the three-pointer fly, man. That's one thing that worried me, because oftentimes Sidy will have a wide-open 3, and he will just cut to the basket. Like, no, I just want to score in the basket. Let me catch a body. But this game, he had an open one. He's like, I'm taking it. He didn't hesitate or anything. He just let it fly. So that was nice. That was nice to see. So overall, honestly, Sidy rocks, dude. He really does, Minister. Overall, I thought the Spurs did a fine job, okay, for all things considered. With missing Sohan, Harrison Ingram didn't play. That's kind of unfortunate. Minix didn't play. I know a lot of people like Minix. But Keldon Johnson, Sohan, Wemby, Chris Paul, Devin Vassell not playing. All things considered, most of it came onto the backs of Castle and Sidy. And I thought that those two really showed up. Castle showed a lot of clutchness. At one point, it felt like he was going back to back with Van Fleet. So, anyways, I'm proud of the Spurs this game. I know it's a whooping, but at the end of the day, overall, and Popovich said this as well. They played well. Contextually played well. 26% from 3. You're not gonna win many games like that. How many turnovers did we have? 12. Okay, we did fix the turnover. We had terrible turnovers the other game. And actually, the Rockets had more turnovers, which I was not aware of that. Dude, how many points did Van Fleet have? 50? He had 15? He went 3 for 9. Dude, I swear it felt like he went 8 for 8. Jeez. Maybe it was just big time shots. Like the Spurs would close the lead a little bit and then he'll hit a 3, and that's why it felt like that. I'm actually shocked it's 3 for 9. Plus 26. He was out there the whole time Castle was out there. Jalen Green went nuts. Yeah, Jalen Green can 7 for 13. Oh my goodness. Maybe that's where it came from. He had 30 points. Good God. Preseason doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. It doesn't. Anything, it just kind of shows what you're working with, kind of allows you to experiment a little bit. And Lord knows the Spurs experimented. They experimented. Yeah, but honestly, look, unless everyone is absolutely out, including Steph Castle, I never want to see Malachi Branham start. I don't think he's a starter type player. He's not that type. If anything, he's a spark plug. Or how we're going to use him, he should be just a spark plug right now. I don't ever want to see Branham start ever again. This is a terrible. I guess I was just frustrated a little bit because we had an option that would have been a better starting lineup than this. This is a terrible starting lineup. Who's going to give you buckets? And that's what I mean by Malachi, really went into his primary skill, which is pick and roll ball handler, because no one's going to give you a basket. But Branham isn't the most efficient at doing that, and he's much better coming off the bench. Even if you had him in that role. I'd rather start Wesley over Malachi just for defense on the perimeter. Yeah. Like, I couldn't tell you how many pump fakes Wemby fell for on the perimeter these 2 games. Yeah. Yeah, he was flying in the air, which was strange. He didn't do that last season. I think Castle is having that solid bench 6-man role. That's why Pop is not starting him. Probably. Our offensive threats were all out. That is true. We had no one we could really lean on. I mean, literally, even if we just had Keldon, I feel like this would have been a better game. Wemby wasn't an offensive threat. Are you talking about the 2 games he played? No, he wasn't. He'll be fine. I know we criticized Wemby this stream, but all things considered, he'll be fine. He's gonna be great. He'll be fine. It's just I'm worried. There's nothing to worry about. He'll be fine. He'll get it going. He does put in the work, and he's genuinely really talented. Even the worst, think of it like this, even the worst case scenario, let's say Wemby doesn't play, like a bona fide superstar for the entire season. Wemby in his sleep will have games where he has 5 blocks, 15, 16 points, 16 to 20 points, 11 rebounds. Like, just worst case scenario, that's what you're looking at. A double-double in multiple games of 5+ blocks. Like, he'll be okay. And sophomore seasons are always, or usually people say are the toughest. Somebody told me that rookies, was it someone that told me that, or did Wemby say that? I think Wemby said that he heard rookie seasons are the hardest. I don't know. I've always heard sophomore seasons are the toughest in the NBA. Trying to apply everything you learned as a rookie. Right now, his defense is his best asset. He'll get better offensively with experience. Yeah, that's gonna take time. The only thing I will worry about is Wemby, don't jack up shots. You don't have to. We actually this season. It's not like last season. This season we actually have a pretty competent team that can pass the ball, and we can look really nice. I think I read from some French fans on the chat that they call him Diesel because he needs time to heat up. We're talking about Wemby? Yeah, sometimes when he does that, it irritates me. Yeah, just like putting up multiple shots. Yeah, it's like you don't have to do it. It's okay. We're all right. All right, in this segment, good stuff. Thank you guys for talking about this game with me, man. Yeah, it was a butt whooping, but if anybody didn't watch the game and you were wondering how it went kind of well, man. It wasn't as bad as you think. I mean, it was bad. I mean, they were putting that work on us, but as far as individual, like what we were looking for, the people that you wanted to show out showed out, and the people that didn't is kind of what you expected anyway, right? I wasn't expecting Zach Collins to come in here and do phenomenal against Şengün or nothing like that. I wasn't expecting Malachi to do great today. But I thought Castle and Sissoko did pretty decent. And Bassie too. Bassie probably the most important out of the group. Because regardless, I think Sissoko still gets a year to learn and go to the G League and all that good stuff. But yeah. Anyways. The rookie slump. It's after All-Star break, the rookie slump. Okay. You watched the first episode of Dragon Ball Daima. New episode tomorrow. I've actually been waiting. I've been waiting to watch Dragon Ball Daima until it releases in theaters in November because I wanted to see the English dub, and I'm trying not to spoil that experience for me because I love the English dub. It's not like that with every anime. Like Demon Slayer, I don't really like listening to it. Bro, what are you waiting for? I want to see it in theaters. They're going to play the first 3 episodes. I want to see it in theaters, and I want to hear it in English dub. That's what I'm waiting for. I gotta finish Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is dope. It's one of those weird things, man, because a friend of mine wanted to start watching Dragon Ball, and trying to give him a good idea of what he should watch, whether it be Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Kai. And I was like, man, it's like Kai has better dialogue because it's all re-recorded or whatever. But then you don't have the original Gohan, and I don't really like Luffy as Gohan, just to be honest. I think the voice is rather weird. All right, I don't like it. And then on top of it, the music isn't as good. Like, they changed some of the music. I don't like the music in Kai. It takes away from some of the intensity, I think. So yeah, I said, dude, just watch the original. And even because, you know, they took out the fillers in Kai, but even in the original, some of the fillers really good. Like, really good. Like, you know, Gohan trying to survive and didn't he meet like a robot? Or I'm pretty sure that was filler. Yeah, that was filler. Or Goku, Snake Way Adventures. You know, he's running on Snake Way. The soundtrack in Daima won't disappoint. All right. I'm sorry, I just can't watch it in sub. So maybe that's why. Wait, what? Dude, the part I'm on is kind of boring after Cell games. Oh, yeah. Dude, I have to go back and rewatch. I've been telling myself that too. I need to rewatch the Buu saga. I haven't watched the Majin Buu saga since I was a kid. Like, real talk. I've rewatched the Sand saga. I've rewatched the Frieza saga, or Namek saga, whatever you want to say. I've rewatched those sagas. Cell I haven't seen in a while. But yeah, I have to watch Buu because I saw it as a kid, and even as a kid, I feel like I wasn't that crazy about it. So, wait, I haven't gotten that far? That's the next part? Oh, okay. I'm sorry about what happened to Gohan. I know you were like, probably had high hopes for how cool he would be, and Akira Toriyama just said, nah, screw that. Saiyaman. I'm at the part where Gohan grew up. He's a dork. Yeah, sorry. Get used to it until you watch Dragon Ball Superhero. Then they bring him back. Dragon Ball GT is the worst. Yeah, GT wasn't the best. Last time I watched GT, I was also a kid. I ended up going to Blockbuster, and I got the GT DVDs each week. I would ask my dad if we can go up there and get another one, and I watched GT that way. And I remember the soundtrack being a banger. The OP was kind of great. That's what I remember. That's basically all I remember from GT. Apparently, Boo's stomach acid has magical abilities. Akira always thinking outside the box. Yeah. DLC 1 for Spark and Spearow would be superhero content, so Beast Gohan. Okay. I know everyone's excited about Beast Gohan, as I am. This is what I need. I hate how Gohan looks. I hate how Gohan looks when he grows up. It's just such a boring look, man. It's such a boring look. This, I hate it. It's just boring. His hair is boring. He just looks like a boring character. And I think that just speaks to how much Akira Toriyama doesn't like Gohan. He said this before, that he doesn't even like Gohan. He likes Piccolo. That's why Superhero gave so much love to Piccolo. But look at this. And then you look at Gohan Superhero. Look at this hair. He actually looks interesting. It's crazy how just hair will change everything. Hold on. I'm trying to see if we can get a better... Okay, hold on. I'm going to do a few. And then we'll do this one. This is cool. This is cool. This looks interesting. Right? It's like he kind of doesn't have it all together, but he's also very smart. That's the Gohan I want. This is an interesting looking Gohan. That is an interesting look. I like this look. What is this? And he looks more, this doesn't even really look like Gohan that much. Like if Gohan grew up, I would have assumed he would have looked like this. My favorite Gohan was Future Gohan with the scar and missed arm. Also had the most. Yeah, he was cool. Hold on. Now that's a movie that you probably need to watch in sub, y'all. I'll be real with you, okay? That's a movie you probably need to watch in sub. But even that Gohan looked interesting. It's all in the hair, man. It's all in the hair. Look at his hair. Hold on. I'll do a... I have no idea why he didn't originally go with something. Look at that. That looks so good. That looks so cool. Then you take... Look at this. I don't get it. But that looks cool. That looks great. I don't care what anyone says. I do like this. He can be a nerd. I'm cool with Gohan being a nerd. It makes sense for him to be a nerd. He can be a dork. He can be a nerd. And then when it's time to give you those hands, he can give you those hands, right? I like that Gohan. I like that. That's cool. Dude, that one looks so bad. This one? What do you mean? This looks interesting. It looks cool. It's a cool look. I never pictured Gohan's hair to be this. This is just boring. It's just spike. Anyone could have made this. Anyone could have drew this. Why you look like Saitama with hearing glasses? Look, pay attention to the hair, okay? If you don't like the glasses, that's fine. But pay attention to the hair. Look how good that looks. And it fits his... The problem is sometimes it felt as if Gohan doesn't have like that much of a personality sometimes, right? But this fits his personality, especially for the superhero movie. It's like he doesn't fully have it together, right? He's kind of scatterbrained with his research, but at the end of the day, he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. The hair is better. His hair is way better. Also, wait, have you seen the superhero movie? I don't want to spoil it, so. No? Okay, I won't spoil it. There's just something that like really cool happens, and I feel like it would have been more tension and would have been better if Akira Toriyama would have raised the stakes. What is this? This is Gohan superhero. This is the latest movie that came out in theaters a few years ago. Has it been a few years now? It was really good. I mean, I genuinely enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good movie. It was basically Akira Toriyama apologizing for how he did Gohan in the time you're at right now in the saga. I know what it is, but again, what is it? This is dope. Worst Gohan look was tracksuit Gohan Frieza movie. Oh, that did look bad. His hair looked cool. I was fine with his hair. But what is this, man? This is an actual... What is this? why. It makes no sense either that he wouldn't been training, that he wouldn't be ready for any type of threat. Is that Gohan? Yeah, this is Gohan. This is Gohan in the Resurrection of Frieza movie. Looked pretty terrible. Here's another clip. Another image. Doesn't he look great? This is terrible. They made him so soft. And it's like when Akira Toriyama brought it back, it's almost like he wanted to like undo a lot of stuff he did before so we can continue the story rather than just building on some of the characters we already have. Where like why the lack of guts to allow Goten or Gohan or anyone else to lead the way? It can still be an interesting story. You still have interesting characters. Beerus is pretty cool, right? Beerus is pretty awesome. You can still have good supporting characters and allow us to have a good time, but no, gotta be Goku. Gotta always be Goku. There's absolutely no way. Yeah, this is from the movie. He was so weak too, by the way. Bro, against Cell, he looked so cool. He was so dope. Oh, he was so cool. Yeah, Gohan Super Saiyan 2 is so cool. Coolest look in the entire franchise. Yeah, that's a cool look. That's someone you don't want to mess with. Wait, I wonder if without spoiling the transformation for you, let me see if I can find Gohan Superhero Movie Super Saiyan, because he does go Super Saiyan in that movie. Oh, all these are spoilers. See, this looks good to me. This looks cool to me. Oops, wait. I had a cooler image there and I missed it. I don't know, without spoiling. I'm trying to get you a good image without spoiling what he ended up looking like. Oh, that looks cool. Because he definitely made his hair slightly longer. Let's see here. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, I think this is artwork, but someone did. But yeah, it kind of looks like this. That looks good. Hair slightly longer than what it was in Z and Super. Thank you for healing my eyes. With the Super Saiyan 2. Look up Gohan Blanco. I've heard of this before. I never actually knew what it was. It's not the... Yeah, I don't quite understand. Oh, Toriyama made Gohan Blanco a made-up version of Gohan from South America canon. Wait, that's real? That's actually where he got it from? Did he know it was a joke? Because Blanco was always like a joke, right? Did he know it was a joke? One thing that's also cool about it is, God, I try my best not to spoil anything for our boy here, but the color of his eyes, right? That's actually the color that the original Super Saiyan was going to be. I don't know if you knew that, July. So yeah, originally he wanted it to be that color, but he went back on it. I don't know why he went back on it. Yeah, it was a joke that came real. That's crazy. Yeah, what my facts on it, I knew about the eyes. The eyes is something that's how the original was going to look. I think his editor might have came in and said, "Yeah, don't do that. Blue eyes fit better." Oh, it fits way better. But yeah, originally it was gonna be red to show rage. Well, all right, guys, I'm gonna hop off. I need to go to bed. I'm gonna try to get one Sparking Zero game in, just one, and I gotta turn off the game. The other night, dude, I was playing and I was like, okay, you know, it's probably around 11 o'clock, and it was like 2 a.m. and I was like, oh my god. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. Oh, wait, by the way, does anyone have Sparking Zero on PS5? Clan, you capping? What part? Could you stream one game? I won't, but I eventually will. Wait, let me think. When are we, our next game is until next Thursday, right? What would be a good day to do a stream? Tuesday? Not a stream for me. Maybe we can do Tuesday. 1 week. Yeah, maybe Tuesday. We'll stream Tuesday. I think Tuesday would be a good day to do it. Maybe Saturday, but we have to see. I'm probably gonna have to do PlayStation, what's it called? PlayStation Remote, and do it that way. I would love to host a tournament, but it seems like there's nobody that has the game that I know of. So that's unfortunate. Oh, thanks, man. So I got the charisma. Yeah, I would love to do it. Maybe allow me. Okay, the very earliest or very latest Tuesday, very earliest this weekend sometime. But I do need to go in and test it and make sure it's a smooth stream and everything. I don't mind playing it. That'd be fun. Trying to think. I would say we can do a second stream, but I don't really, or a second channel for this, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to do a second channel, second gaming channel. I don't think there's really a point. I might as well just put it on this channel. Because I'm already trying to keep up with doing a new video for Spurs invasion. Yeah, so I'm experiment this weekend, see what it's looking like, and then either we'll go at it Saturday night, or we'll just wait till Tuesday. So either Saturday or Tuesday, that's what I'm shooting for. And I also have some stuff to do, so if I can finish up a lot of stuff I have to do tomorrow, then that might help too. Clan, we need a new video for invasion. Yeah, I was thinking about just doing a video where I just straight up just talk about my predictions for this upcoming season, what I expect from every player. I think that will be fine. Let's put that out there. All right, I'm getting off. I'm gonna go play one. anything, run the story, run PvP, we will watch it. All right, I'm down for that. All right. And it looks like we got our stream working fine, so hopefully it goes well. But yeah, I'm gonna try it out this weekend anyways, just to try to see, you know, if I can get the PS remote stuff working, because I don't want to bring my PlayStation in here. Have it all nicely set up. All right, go Spurs, go. Good night, everybody. Bye.